I know how to farm in this game, and I sincerely hope that my hard drive, Windows, doesn't tell me that my hard drive has ran out of space when it has proper location space and has several gigs, and I mean several adequate amount to handle recordings. I don't know why I keep getting these errors. I've been getting I/O errors. Glad I got that off my chest to begin with. That's what I'm dealing with on a daily basis sometimes. I also didn't clean the herb correctly, or two of them, so I apologize. I'm trying to, play the game right. Now I feel like my confidence fell a little bit, and I'm trying to remember, I'm struggling to try to remember what next ones I got. Okay. I don't understand why my menus were different. My menus felt different. I've been playing Poe, which is Path of Exile. It's okay. It's like Diablo 2-ish. I'm only level 3, I think. So I haven't really made it into the game, but I've made it to like the first general pub area, which I still feels like a tutorial, but I kind of feel that way about Blizzard games. I feel like Blizzard games tutorials feel really long to me, but maybe that's just because I don't do adequate enough research before beginning the game to be able to do the tutorial efficiently, which is reasonable, I mean, because that makes sense. Tutorial Island on RuneScape really isn't that hard. It's not that long either. I don't think it shows all the skills either, which is rather disappointing. I mean, we're in 2019. 2019, and Tutorial Island doesn't show all the skills. That doesn't make sense. It should show all the skills at this point. Show you how to farm, show you how to hunt, show you how to... You know what I'm saying? You could skip parts of it if you'd like, which I suggest that you don't, but it would make a lot of sense, because if you're starting a members account, which some people do, why is there the Tutorial Island, which is unskippable by the way, but why is there the Tutorial Island for the free skills, but not the member skills? Maybe shots fired, but it kind of feels that way. It's not using the members, it's not using it correctly in my opinion. There's so much more potential in my opinion. Yes, you could argue or debate. I like debating. I don't really like arguing, but debating that on the other side, that if you already have members, then you're going to know how to play members, but that's not true and not always the case. Not always the case, so it's debatable. That's my rebuttable. The fact of it can be debated shows that there's debatable evidence on the other side that there are some new players that don't know member skills, specifically farming. That should be in Tutorial Island. It makes really good money and it's fun to me. It's fun to me. I've got lost. Okay, I gotta go here. I think I'm making valid points. It's 2019 and there's still new people coming into the game, whether that be making alts, whether that be making Ironmans, whether that be making an alternative, I already said alt, style of play like a strength pure or a level 3 10 skiller or just a fisher or whatever it is. If Tutorial Island, I believe, had more, and I'm getting a low storage space thing, I believe it's Tutorial Island, I'm restating my point, had member skill objectives that taught you how to use member skills inside of Tutorial Island, we'd have more successful RuneScape players that specifically play members. There wouldn't be that many that, excuse me, I don't know if there wouldn't be that many. I think it'd improve the game. It would. That's what I'm going with. Anyways, I'm doing kind of like a let's play. I watched some storytime videos today, and it reminded me of something. My great uncle used to tell stories, and I really enjoyed it. And sometimes story time is really, really beneficial to like your psychological development, in my opinion. I think it's really good for you, because it puts you in a mindset that nothing really else does, Like this, I'm constantly doing something. This, it's not like a straight storytell. When I'm talking like storytell, I mean someone talking, telling you a story about something that happened in their life, someone else's life, something, like, and it's an art form, I believe it's an art form. Alright, now to the farming guild. Hopefully I've done my farming contract. I'm going to open it. It's probably not going to be really anything good, because it seems like they've locked it at top tier anyway. Well, listen, you need to grow some white berries. I still haven't grown white berries. I keep putting that off. I've also been playing Hearthstone. I like Hearthstone. I don't like losing, but I've got better at losing because of Hearthstone. When it comes to a card game that I lose a lot in. Yeah, I lose a lot in that game. Even in casual. They got new casual mode. Well, whoop-de-doo. Still losing that one too. It's okay though. I don't have all the cards for all the people yet, the heroes as they call them, and that's fine, I guess. I think it's a little. I don't know. I don't like it sometimes because I want to use something else, and then I try to use something else, and I don't have all the cards, and I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. Wow, 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 wow. But seriously though, I do feel like I'm at a disadvantage sometimes because I don't have like the cards to actually play the heroes in the way that I could be playing them. But I'm learning still. I'm still learning Hearthstone. We're playing Pokemon Go too. Excuse me. Yeah, I have played Pokemon Go, but I'm also been playing Pokemon online trading card game, which is kind of fun. That one's kind of fun. The rules are there, which I'm happy. I'm happy that Pokemon feels kind of like a strict card game when it comes to rules. It feels kind of nice that way. I mean, it's not euchre or rummy, but it's got its own thing to it. It feels like a stricter game than well, I don't know, compared directly to Hearthstone. I don't like the fact that Hearthstone has the having to wait on the crystals. I don't like that part. I feel like it slows down the gameplay in a way that I don't know how to win, and it kind of sucks. But I like, I guess we could try, hold on, let me try selling one of them. See if there's an accurate price. 1,512. Okay, that didn't sell for that. What's their average price? 1,500 would be a guess. Oh, that would be great. 760K for 15. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That's not gonna fly at all, though. That would be fantastic if a bot messed up. No, because then I'd be stealing off a bot if you think about it. But if a bot made a mistake and sold you something at a seriously discounted rate, and you knew it was because a bot made a mistake, would you try to return the monies? Because it's a software error, right? Or do you feel like it's kind of okay because the computer made the mistake, but it was someone's coding that actually did? It would be kind of like miscounting a drawer or something, like money-wise. Does that make sense? Was that a good jump? Analogies? I don't know. I'll try to watch this one back. Some of them I honestly don't watch. I just upload them. I'm like, I'm going to try this art form, this hobby, and then upload it. I say art form because it's kind of what it is. It's not like I'm an artiste. I'm just doing a hobby that happens to create some form of art, which is okay. And, I mean that it creates art. Whether or not it's actually okay content, I don't know. Like in comparison, I honestly don't know because I don't even watch some of these. So yeah, I'm still at this screen. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out what they'll sell for, and I'm also somewhat talking, and it feels kind of good. I want to put music in these. The thing is, I gotta get the stock audio, and then I gotta figure it out again, and then it'd be nice if we could play our own songs. Like the Gorillaz, sometimes you really need to hear Gorillaz, or you really need to hear a band that's really special to your heart, and like, who cares about copyright, like sometimes you gotta hear it, you need to hear it. But I guess that's when God makes it through regardless, like people that are able to do things, or things that happen because of God. So that makes a lot of sense. Like if you're supposed to really hear a song at a time of need, you're going to hear that song. Because, God's the one bringing it, like, does that make sense? I don't get any comments. I might get verbal comments. People be watching my video, or they're watching a different video, and people have verbal comments. It's a natural thing. Even though it's, sometimes videos, I think it's a natural thing, because you'll say something out loud because, you think something, which makes sense, because when we think something, we sometimes say things out loud, so it makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, so now, I think I have enough to go do the fishes, so I'm going to need gear up for that. I need to train some agility. I know I need to train some agility. Like, if you don't know what to do and you're signed in, you're just kind of bored and you don't know what to do, train agility. If you obviously are low level, like I am. So I'm gonna need the staff. I really like this method. I feel like I worked an adequate amount of effort to this method, and I enjoy this method because it feels like, for the amount of effort I put in comparison to the kind of gains I'm getting for the effort I put in, I feel like it's adequate. I feel like the challenge did represent the reward, and I enjoy that. Like, I really enjoy that. It's like a few quests in the game, and it unlocks fairy rings. To do it that method, it's really worth it. I don't guess I gotta sell these off just yet. Might encourage me more to try to get fletching, but I've already done fletching, so I want to focus on content I haven't done. Like, I already have 99 fletching and woodcutting on another account, so I've done that, even though I'm for some reason planning to do it again on this account, because I'm actually planning to max this account in hopefully less than 2 to 3 years. I'm not that far in when you think about it. When people tell me I play RuneScape too much, I'm not that far into it. I have just begun something that may take a while, and I think I started in February on this account, so that's not terribly long. That's only about 2 months, and I could be doing better. I'm aware. I have been playing other games, and you do have to treat RuneScape like a job if you really want to actually max out and you really want to get stuff done in this game. I've been slacking on questing, I'm aware of this, which possibly doesn't bring up the greatest content, because just doing the content of the game, I don't know, I'm lost. Hold on, I think it's TKP. Having the content of the game would create, I think, better videos as well, so I'm kind of slacking in that aspect too. It's cool to see someone fishing here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Now, there's another one, there's another ring that takes you, because you fish these somewhere. You can fish the little small ones right here. So actually what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try fishing the little small ones just to see the rates I would get them at. Because maybe I can reach a point where I fish fast enough that that would actually be a more viable route for me. So, alright, let me look up the other one. There, because I got to look up the fairy ring code. So please be patient. I gotta find it. I know it's on Karamja. Oh, there's one next to Shiloh. That's the one I want to go to, right? CKR. Alright. See, look at this. This is because of a quest. I know, I clicked the wrong thing. I apologize. I'm a little nervous, in all honesty. It takes sometimes some perseverance to make videos, because it just does, if that makes sense. Okay, South of Village. Okay, I think that's the one that's near Shiloh, and I think this is exactly where you catch them. Now, if I'm not getting this at like a, why is he still running the wrong way? Oh, you gotta come up the hill. Alright. Yeah, depending on how fast I can actually fish these, I just don't want to go through the, what's it called? The screens again, where I gotta hop worlds, because I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm actually fishing these rather quickly. So, fishing at Barbarian Village is rewarding right now. See, and that's one of the good things of a massive MOORPG. I think massive multiplayer online role-playing game. Massive multiplayer online role-playing game. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. It is. Okay. That's why I love it too. It's a role-playing game. It's awesome. You get to play a role. Right now, I'm fishing. Guess what? I'm fishing them faster than I think I can buy them. Well, given in consideration the amount of click intensity to it, I can probably still buy them faster, but why buy them if I can fish them faster than I can buy them? And I got the rings right here, so I can just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then once you're getting a grinding method like that sometimes, and based on the fact that this is a different new method that I haven't done a lot of, like nothing over 20 hours, because I stay in a different area location, there's a chance I won't have to burn out as quick on it, and I might actually get a decent grind out of this, like maybe an hour, 2 hour grind, maybe 3 hour grind. Part of me kind of feels like that would be a decent video to record, because it gives a more accurate representation of how long RuneScaper players actually play, because I think that's not being done on YouTube right now. Like, I'm doing Let's Plays where you see me play 20 to 30 minutes of a game, and yes, that's enough content to give you a general idea of what might be possible inside of the game. If you think about that in comparison, like, if you were seeing a video game played on demo at like a store, and you got, you know, a decent amount of time to hang out, which we normally use the internet a decent amount of time, then how much is really 30 minutes of a video game? You know what I mean? Because if you look at it like an arcade style, well, I mean, it depends on the arcade. You go to a nice arcade and they have reasonable prices, so you do get longer game times. My point is, oh, I didn't realize I could get shrimp. That's cool. But, like I said, I show 25 to 30 minutes, but that's not... I don't feel like that is doing the game justice enough, but I don't know. I'm already at 16 minutes. See, now I could record a 3-hour grind, but would that benefit anyone? And if so, why? You know, I don't know. It would show more of the game, I'm aware. But normally I buy about 1,000 of them before I get kicked, so maybe I should get a timer going. I know RuneLite has built-in timers somewhere. I could try to figure out how to use them. I mean, at least use the client to its best ability, right? Okay, so what is this? Skill calculators. Okay. High score trackers, timers. Alright, let's do a timer for fishing. No, not like that. Stopwatches. Is that what I want? And then I'll... So let me get a pen and a piece of paper. Hopefully get my notebook through here, keeping it private. Hopefully, alright. Sometimes you gotta keep your notebook private, you know? Alright, so started the timer. I don't remember how many I had, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this timer. And okay, so 9:19. The reason why I'm doing my own math is because the other day it wasn't accurate, and there's a chance that it won't be accurate this time. It's gonna make mistakes as a computer program, so sometimes you gotta check what it's doing, you know? Like the other day, it was telling me I was getting 250 some K EXP per hour at Barbarian Fishing, when you're lucky if you get 50, and no, I was not 3-ticking, so that's not the other option either. So, I really enjoy this game. I come back, okay, that's 30 seconds. 9:67. That was with the position move as well. So that's 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and 9:67 minus 9:19. Okay, so that's a difference of 48. I'm going to multiply that by 2. That gives me per minute 96 times, and then times 60. I'm fishing 5,760 based off the averages I just collected per hour. And I can buy about 1,000 in bait within, I would say, 10 to 12 minutes. So I can buy 1,000 bait in like 10 to... I got a feeling this is more AFK, but I do got a feeling that still buying them, even at my fishing level, is going to be faster. But I do know how to level my fishing level. I should fish these faster, so I think this might be even a better reward. To do more barbarian fishing is looking forward to this. See, and that's things I see. Like right now I'm enjoying AFK because I'm getting to run my mouth. I mean, I'm being honest. I'm playing a game and I'm getting to run my mouth, which is a good thing. That's one of the good things, I guess, about playing games too. Especially when you play, like if you actually play 2 people with 2 controllers or something like that, or 2 people with the same game in the same room, you know? That's fun sometimes. I'm supposed to be heading out tomorrow. I think we're heading out tomorrow, so I'm gonna be going across the country again. Hopefully across the country, if not somewhere in the country, around the country, something, you know, which will be nice. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. It'll be stressful, I know that much. There's gonna be stress, I know that much. You know, it'd be nice to be like, hey, there'll be no stress whatsoever. Yay! And you can be that way sometimes. Hallelujah. Thank God. You know, you can be that way sometimes. Other times, you gotta deal with things. Yeah. trials and tribulations. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go, let me see here, and I should be closer. I am closer. So here, hopefully you can see my mouse cursor, is where I teleported in. That's where I fished a bigger fish with the smaller fish. Actually, I teleported in here for these fish. So this is where the fishes get the small fish to catch these big fish up here, and both of which is a fairy ring teleport. And look how close they're actually to the fishing. That's like an inch. Zoomed all the way in, I'd say that's somewhere around 2 inches is my guess in distance, and then that's about, I'd say, 1.5 to 2 inches. So they are very resourceful as transportation methods, in the fact that they put you so close next to a resource. They're fantastic. And with the Ring of Wells that are rechargeable, it's a really good viable money making method right now. Excuse me. I think to get the ability to fish them requires the quest. I'll try to put it in the description. It's like Tabawana Village, and you also need fairy ring up to fairy. It's fairy something up to fairy rings. You gotta unlock fairy rings. Uh-oh, I got poison. There's a good chance I'm gonna die, so I gotta teleport out. I forgot to bring anti-poison. It does hit pretty hard. So that's what I love about this game too. I know so much about it. That's what I gotta learn about Poe, is I don't understand, and I built my skill tree a little bit. I watched a noob guide, some of it. And you gotta watch your noob guides, you know. Thank God for anyone out there making a noob guide, because sometimes that's some of the best content we'll ever play, you know? Because we're new, and it's fresh, and it's challenging. We don't know what quite to do, but you're in a massive online role-playing game where you can ask people what to do. There's guides. See, that's a good thing about RuneScape, and I know I keep going on about RuneScape, is that there is adequate enough information, in my opinion, on the internet that just learning the game for some people is just enough challenge to get them to sign in maybe once a week. Because not everyone plays every day. I'm aware of this. Not everyone plays every single day. Some people don't choose to, and some people can't budget their time to be able to do so. Because this is great. I love doing this. I love playing RuneScape. Even though, see, I went and got my anti-venom, and I may have made a mistake. You know why? Because I didn't bring an anti-venom with me, and that's a possibility. I'm realizing there's monsters this way, so I think I'm going to do the Ring of Wealth again, and I'm going to use that to teleport and then just to come around to the fish, because I really don't want to have to do another bank trip. See, but I know enough about this game, and I know I'm toting my horn, but I sincerely, when I did not have a machine that I could play, and we're more blessed now because there's mobile. People are now playing on cell phones. They are playing one of the most populous games of this genre on a cell phone or a tablet. And when you look at it in a tablet sense, you're like, oh, okay, well, that kind of makes sense. It's another type of computer, which kind of makes sense. But dude, we're referring to the fact that you can play old school RuneScape with something that literally can fit inside your pocket. Okay, I got a little serious there. But I grew up with a Game Boy, so I understand how amazing it is to have your video game be able to fit inside your pocket. But for real, it's a good thing. And because of that, I think it's gave it a more... It's definitely gave it more of a broader approach that it can reach people. Because for me personally, I have gained friends because of RuneScape. I've learned stuff about economics because of RuneScape. Mathematics. There's something that comes really good with a game that is constantly online. And there's really good things in games that don't even go online. But I've learned a lot, which is really cool. Okay, so like I said, I think this is actually faster. I'll run a stopwatch. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and get a stopwatch going. Alright. Now this is just in the midst of it, so let me stop my stopwatch and write down how many I have. Gotta be technical. 1733. And stuff like this. Like, am I playing more efficient? The challenge is still there, you know? Okay. And we start stopwatch. I'm gonna do this for about 30 seconds. Gonna try to focus. Got the pen in my hand. Oh, I messed up. I apologize. I haven't done this method very frequently, so I don't have muscle memory for it. Plus the guy moves, and it used to, before I ended up tripping, the bushes going wiggle, wiggle, wiggle at the beginning used to spook me, but they don't spook me anymore. I like tripping. I like drugs. I love drugs, honestly. I love drugs. I've seen them help people that use this medication. I've seen them help people. I've seen them also change people in certain ways, because it is biochemistry sometimes. I mean, God's stronger than any chemical that will ever be made. I'm aware of that. You know, I've always been aware of that. And I don't think there's any chemical that will ever change my brain into making me or getting me to think that any drug is stronger than God, because I know that God is stronger than everything. So, but I also know God created drugs. So, you know, there's some good balance there, is my point. Because I was taught growing up that all drugs are bad. You should never do drugs, and they're really bad for you. And what got me was there was two lies I got told in propaganda. One was that cannabis was a gateway drug, or marijuana, or pot, weed, that it was a gateway drug. That's one I didn't like, and because of that, I didn't trust the rest of the drug culture that I had been taught. So I looked around at everything else and been like, okay, so like cocaine and heroin aren't bad because marijuana is not a gateway drug. And I kind of fell for that because that was the propaganda. What I'm saying is real propaganda, real information specified on a particular topic, and it's well condensed of a research. That's what propaganda actually definition is. However, I got some bad propaganda. It wasn't correct information. So because of that, it was hard to trust the rest of the propaganda I received. And yes, I know I'm using propaganda in its actual technical sense, and I'm not using it as like a war term or anything. Another one was they told me that LSD was addictive. Now this was before I did any psychedelics that I'm aware of. And I knew that was bogus propaganda, because when I read that, then I doubted everything else I had read up to that point about drugs, which was in they gave us some medical information in our health books, because that's where I got taught about drugs somewhat, was in health class at public school, which mentioned the drugs, mentioned what some of their effects were, some of the risks, nicknames for them, stuff like that. And that's when I read some about LSD, and I was happy that I read about LSD. I really was. There was something about it. I was like, see, and then with this method, I've already went and did a certain amount of time. I was planning on only do 30 seconds, so I apologize. Plus, I'm getting the real time of the fact that when you keep trying to hop worlds, what is occurring is I'm hopping worlds, which is servers, and I'm buying out a stock of a store, and I'm continuing to world hop to the point where they're beginning to kick me off their servers because they think that it's possibly something. It's not technically against the rules, so I don't understand why I'm being punished for hopping worlds like this. But 338, let's see how many I got at 338. 2,383. Alright. And that was over the course of 3 minutes and 38 seconds. So 2,388 minus 1,733. So 655 divided by 3.5 of a minute, give or take, is 187. A minute is my guess. Times 60, that's 11,228, but that doesn't take into account of the fact that, like I said, now I've begun running into longer times because when I'm hopping from world to world, I'm being punished for doing so. Now they might think maybe my computer's disconnecting and trying to reconnect and disconnecting, but I'm not trying to reconnect to the same server, so that doesn't make sense why they think it would be a DDoS attack. So I don't understand why they're doing this, so it doesn't really feel like a diversion of DDoSing. So I don't quite understand. I don't understand. If anyone actually plays RuneScape, excuse me, anyone that plays RuneScape that knows some information of why when you're world hopping it begins to kick you offline, I'd like to hear them. You know, leave them in the comments. Leave a like, you know. Let's see where I'm at right now. 30 minutes, which is normally about how long I do them. I kind of want to go to an hour because I haven't made it to the actual fishing spot. But I do have some content in here, so I guess you can tune off if like 30 minutes is where you're at. Or I realize that I don't know how to close the video very well. Like I feel like I should close the video, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to. Because I want to show a more accurate representation of what it's like to play a whole hour of RuneScape, because sometimes this is the amount people dedicate. Because 30 minutes, maybe not. See, and I got kicked again. Alright. And it'll say stuff. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. Too many login attempts. Please wait a few minutes before trying again. So it understands that there's too many log attempts, but I'm not in combat. So that I'm not trying to connect to my account that is currently on a server specifically, right? Because there's a record. Maybe it's because it's taking my record of my account and it's happening to transfer it to each world, that they're seeing that it's too much work and it's just easier to stop me from logging in. Because I don't feel like I'm exploiting the game. I'm not. Or am I? I don't know. I think I'm gonna start fishing. I also want to start. See, I want to vlog into it too. I need this for therapy. I'm gonna see if I can do a whole hour of this. I want to make or build rather, a cryptocurrency miner. I think that would make me a decent amount of money, and I think a lot of people that were trying to suggest that it wasn't a good idea doesn't understand the facts of how big I want to build it. And it's not just going to be something I do this year. It's going to be something I build up and build up and build up and build up, because to get up to 19 cards is going to be expensive. With the cards being anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 per card, that's expensive. Think about it, because you calculate it. If you want top end cards, plus you're going to have maintenance fees, which I'm already aware of, 2,500 times, I think it goes up to 19 or something cards, it's $47,500, rough estimate of an investment that I don't plan to do immediately. I mean, come on. But as I build it up, that's the thing about it. Each card you build, you're going to be able, each card you buy is going to immediately increase your yield of your. I thought this takes me to the fishing spot, DKR. This is saying it takes me to the Grand Exchange. It's supposed to be Musa Point. Oops, hold on. Invalid location. Is it DKP? It's DKP, I apologize. I'm learning them, you know, I am learning them. The reason why I apologize is that's less efficiency. When you play RuneScape, if you want to be efficient, you gotta be on top of it. So study, do your math as you go, like I'm writing it down. I also write it down that I am training AFK methods, so please bear with me. I understand that it's not the most interactive content, okay? But this is part of RuneScape life, you know? People might watch a YouTube video or something like that, and I've been talking for a while. It'd be nice if I had someone that could help me, you know? What you do for the people, not what the people do for you, that type of thing. I'm still on the clan chat DWD. Reason being is I went in there talking about psychedelics and zskillers, and they said no drug talk, so I was like, alright, I'll leave, because apparently I was the problem, so I left. I'm getting better about that. I'm getting better at knowing when to leave, which I'm happy about. I'm doing it virtually as well as physically because I do impose, especially when it comes to religious beliefs. I will impose my religious beliefs. I know that. So that's one of them. Also, my drug beliefs, I do impose those sometimes. So I'm aware of that, and I haven't been back since, but I might go in there and chill because DPS is online. He said I asked him if we were friends, and the answer I got back, I still have a hard time understanding. Like, honestly did. I was like, I don't know how to interpret this. I sincerely don't know how to interpret this. I thought about it for days. I thought about it, and I was like, I don't know how to interpret this. I sent Cosmic a smiley face earlier. It's just a little, back and forth. It's good to see Cosmic online. It's good to see DPS online, even though we don't really talk to each other. Which kind of sucks, but, I don't know if they watch my videos. I hope they watch my videos. I mean, in all honesty, when I was in a psych ward, which I've been to a psych ward, medical prison, whatever you want to call it. I've also been to jail. I don't have to go what I've through or what I've been convicted for, but I've been convicted less than I have been convicted, which is a good thing. It shows that I do, honestly, sometimes get persecuted for things I didn't do, which is righteous conviction because it just proves that I'm innocent. So there's that, You got some good and you got some bad. You got some good and you got some bad. So my point is, I'm really enjoying doing this right now. And I can look back on it. I put it on the internet and it's safe. If I have a hard drive that fails, anything like that, most likely on YouTube, they're going to be able to keep a copy of it on there for at least a couple years, which is kind of nice. It's like, oh, did I go to zskillers? Yeah, there's Milo. See, and I fight with Milo, so I should possibly already back out, but I don't have to fight with him, right? You said hi-lo. I want to put hello. A real word. Okay. Where should I train my woodcutting at level 50 with level 3 combat? Pillows or teaks? Do you have the ability to go inside the teak farm on Karamaja? The one that requires you to chop some bushes and have trading sticks. I doubt they have fossil islands. Wait, you're normie. What? No, Fossil Island is intermediate content. We know this. A woodcutting level of 50 is not, in my opinion. You can use willows near Sears Village. There is also more that people don't often use on Zia, south of Tide Farm, before you reach the beach. There are no monsters that I'm aware of. See, we can help each other. See, I was able to help someone. I feel better now. Like, I actually helped someone. Because I've been there. Look, I'm at 76. I've already went through 15 more than once. So I kind of have... See, that's why it's so good. This game's so good. Dilly encouraged so many fossil island access. What? No, I'm just giving information. I don't know what I'm encouraging. I just know that I'm giving information. Excuse me. If that's your opinion, that's fine. It's cool. I'm not intellectually high enough to understand why you think that. Will you elaborate? Because I don't understand why you thought that. I did woodcutting all fossil before you woodcutting all. Okay. I consider Fossil Island an intermediate challenge. I think you gotta at least do Monkey Madness, or at least I did Monkey Madness to get there last time, so that might be the reason why I think that it's an intermediate challenge. I don't believe it's like a hard challenge or in-level content, that's for sure. See, and that's another reason why I want a quest, is because I know it will get me to in-level content faster, meaning I'll complete the game faster. It also means if newer content comes out, I'll be able to still play in-game content. You know, that's a good feeling. There's a reason why they tier content in the way they tier it, because there's certain areas you're going to enjoy it. And that's the difference, in my opinion, of RuneScape in comparison to World of Warcraft, in the sense that World of Warcraft allows you to make multiple characters. So does RuneScape. You can make multiple characters. However, I feel in RuneScape it's more encouraged to play one character. I understand of alts. Yes, I understand you can make more monies doing alts. Yes, I'm aware. That makes sense. I've done the math. It makes sense. However, I get a better enjoyment out of trying to main, which is making a main, which is my only account. And no, it's not Boxy Babe with 2 E's. I got lost. I asked, could you elaborate? This is very easy. That's fine. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I don't know, honestly, because I feel it was intermediate. Oh, I gotta go. Let's go Farming Guild. It probably has the closest actual bank. Yeah. Now, do you gotta be 45 to get in the Farming Guild? Because I noticed it is a fast bank teleport, and I do need to. See, I saw something I need to do. One, I need to go pick these. But two, I can pick those too. But what I need to do is I need to grow the white berries so I can get my farming contract. But I'm enjoying this fishing grind. See, and then there's stuff that breaks up. Like, I made a mistake, but look, now I'm off farming. It's a game that's easy to keep playing, also, because the mistakes aren't as terrible. Like in Poe, when you die, you gotta start all the way back at the checkpoint, or you gotta start all over at the town, and I've been dying a lot. And I know how to play Diablo 2, so I understand the combat, but it doesn't feel as responsive as Diablo 2 did. Like Diablo 2, the combat felt very responsive, and the pace was, it made sense. And I mean the pace and the grind too, that made sense. This Poe thing, which is Path of Exile, the combat sometimes it feels like very over cluttered, which you would never think that would be an issue with like a Diablo-esque kind of game, but it just kind of does sometimes. You're like, you know, I don't know. That's my interpretation of it so far. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's not a bad game. I do enjoy some of the graphics. It seems kind of brutal, a little kind of spooky-ish, but not like grimmish, like Mortal Kombat feel, like bloody, gory is what it is. It's gory, which it does well at. The art does feel gory at times, almost sometimes where you're like, whoa, I might lose my lunch, but not super like I'm gonna lose my lunch. Just like, you know, giant spiders hopefully are in the game is what I'm hoping. I sincerely hope there's giant spiders, and the reason being is the first really boss I saw inside of like a role-playing game was Zelda Ocarina of Time, and the first boss is a giant spider. So hopefully there's spiders in the games. If it's, you know, because it's an action role-playing game similar to, I would consider Zelda an action role-playing game, sort of, kind of, with puzzle elements, but old-school role-playing game in the sense it's not built upon skills, it's built upon you playing the role of being Link and basically doing what your objective is, and it feels linear in that way, but it still feels like a role-playing game because it's not just like a pick 'em up like Crash Bandicoot. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it should be considered a role-playing game. No, it's not. No Final Fantasy VII. And yes, I keep making mistakes. I'm talking about video games. That's not the mistake I'm making. I keep trying to put in my own value. Alright, there we go. That worked. Now, what was it I was going to buy? Oh, more Rings of Wealth. See, in here, I proved it. Okay, so, Ring of Wealth, right? Wealth. I struggle with TH's. Wealth. How much money do I got? I don't like how that new update, you're like, what, how much money's... don't know. See, where'd my money go? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the new update that it gets in the way. Alright, so that's not gonna buy, so what I could do is grab more monies. That'll work. Hopefully I'm not buying them at an extreme amount of cost. I should do the math on this. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try guessing 4. Yay, I bought 4 of them. Where's my notebook? Okay, so if they sell, we'll see how much they sell for. I can do the price check of what I sold mine for, right? It's accurate somewhat. Okay, so they sold for 11,800. 11,800. Okay, they buy for 13,329. Okay, let me get my calculator. So 13,329 minus 11,801. So it's a loss of 1,528 per ring. A ring with 6 charges divided by 6. 254 gold per teleport, and that's a transportation there. No, it's transportation back. And in a load, hold on. So I'm spending 254 GP per load on transportation. Okay, on ring. See, if you do the math, it gives you a more accurate understanding of what's going on, because I don't feel like RuneLite is perfect, obviously, and God rewards doing work. See, to some, that would have been a waste of time. If it was, we think differently. So, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine to think differently at times. God's got a way of bringing us all back around anyway. God will offer, if there's more sheep gone, missing, lost, God will find it, which is great. However, God keeps all the ones found still safe. So it's like a double-edged rod. Nah, kinda. Like a rod of a sheep herder, if that makes sense. Like not a rod that you punish with, but a rod that you keep your sheep safe with, possibly. I think the metaphor's there. I'm not paying attention. They kicked me for like 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. Ends in 4 hours. Tim is shitting on everyone. Okay. I doubt that's actually occurring. Tim's a really decent person sometimes. I don't feel like reading all this, but someone's actually using grammar marks, so thank you for that. I enjoy that. I appreciate that. I sincerely do. I sincerely enjoy when people use grammar marks, because I don't have to try to figure out whether it's a question or it's a statement, which is nice, because I shouldn't have to as the reader. This is kind of nice. I like fishing. I like writing. I like reading. Alright, so this one's going to be longer. This one's 48 minutes. I guess I could put an LP Let's Play. Maybe capitalize let's. Maybe it's like, maybe I'll put it like this, so maybe it looks kind of catchy to the eye, and then I'll put LP in capital, because this will be kind of like the longer form of what I already did. Because if you think about it, this content is twice as long as my average content. So, yeah. It'd be cool if I had like some visual aids. That'd be kind of nice. This is Runescape, everybody. This is the video game Runescape when it comes to fishing Karamba wands. So, hope y'all are enjoying it. I know that I talk a lot, so, but it's a commentary, so it's okay. Excuse me. So I do believe that it was faster to buy them at the level that I'm at than it was, even with getting kicked from the worlds, than it was to fish them myself. However, as I increase in fishing level, that might change to where I I had some doubt right there. It changed to where I'll be able to fish them faster. Kind of ran out of things to talk about. Well, let's try to make some goals. In a massive role-playing game, however you want to, in video gaming, you got to make some goals if you want to reach some form of success, right? So construction, I need to bring up. I need to at least get it to like the first section of the guide, which is 23 or 33, something like that. Maybe. I need to finish my Slayer task, even though I really don't want to do it. So what I need to do is train range in the hopes that maybe the cannon hits higher, because I think with the range levels increasing, it does determine the accuracy of what you can hit. I don't mean in how high you can hit. I know that at level 8 I can hit 20 to 25 with one cannonball, which is pretty impressive. However, the accuracy of how often I will hit is lower than it could be. So I need to train range before I go do my Slayer task, so I'm going to write that down. You just make goals as you go, you can be successful. That counts in any part of life. Range, and then Slayer. Okay, so that's a goal. I could try defense for 50. Is it really actually worth anything yet? It's not even dragging yet. Like, come on. I don't want to train combat without Fossil Island. I guess I can look up the possibility of what it's going to take me to get to Fossil Island. I need to do multiple quests. I'm already aware of that to be able to get Fossil Island, because they're saying it's easy. It's not easy in my opinion. However, I do need Fossil Island because that's how I want to finish out my wood cutting. Be able to grow teaks and mahoganies. Right on, you know. Finish teaks out on Fossil Island. And the teaks don't fall as quick. Even in the, you know where you go into the Taiwan village placey thing? That place? There's, they fall quicker, I think, than Fossil Island. Fossil Island, they don't fall as fast, I'm pretty sure. I don't have the math or the evidence of it. However, just from experience of how fast it was and my ability to gauge time, I'm pretty sure that they don't fall as fast. And you get higher EXP rates, and you don't have to 3-tick to do it. It's already just more higher EXP rates. But I might be wrong. We'll find out. I'll be able to do the measurement, even at, you know, whatever woodcutting level I'm at. Thinking about woodcutting. But I said I was doing this fishing thing, so we're doing this fishing thing. Thanks for watching my video, if you watch my videos. Thanks for subscribing if you subscribed. I have some subscribers, so I'm happy about that. I gotta start somewhere, and I'm glad that y'all are part of that start, so thank you for that. Hope that y'all hear that, you know. I could also post it. I guess I will possibly post it in zskillers. I mean, zskillers, everybody, you know, good clan chat. DWD, good clan chat as well. Framed, that's another good one. I'm gonna write this down so I put it in the description. Yeah, but having a clan chat helps. It really does. I think having multiple ones helps too. It's like having different chat rooms that you can have different topics in, because certain clan chats are going to have certain rules, and I think it's kind of like playing cards, honestly. Being able to go to different clan chats is actually good, because you have different places to talk about different types of topics, and that's fine. I still believe that you should be able to talk about God anywhere, no matter what, but that I believe that as a United States citizen, as that's one of the things that we won in the Civil War, as well as the American Revolution, is the fact that we have the right to practice religious. So I'm very grateful for that right. I believe everyone has it, in all honesty. I think it's a God-given right, so that's what I believe. However, in America, they actually have it on a piece of paper that says it is my right as a United States citizen. As as well as free speech and press, freedom of press, free press, whatever. Is it free press, freedom of press, something? I know that much about my country, about my rights rather, which is a good thing. I'm gonna do about an hour of it, because that's originally one of my goals, was to be able to offer an hour of content. There's this YouTuber, I'll try to remember his name, and I'll try to put it in the description. It's content where he uses like time era things of programs to try to make YouTube videos. So like for instance, he'll try to only use like Windows Vista or Windows XP or something like that. And I think it's a cool concept, because I think it's a cool concept. Like, you might like it, you might not like it. I think he's like a some kind of, I don't know what he is, like what his job is, but his YouTube videos are kind of interesting. Let me look. I gotta find it again. Like, it's like YouTube. I think one of them was like YouTube in 2000 is the title of it. Yeah, his name's Peter. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I'm gonna put his name in the description, and I'll link the video that I was talking about, which is YouTube in 2000. I found it interesting. I thought it was a cool concept. Oh, I'm falling asleep mentally somewhat. I haven't had any caffeine. Well, I have had caffeine, actually. Alright, that was a lot of anxiety. But see, I knew that. I just mentioned that earlier. We're almost at an hour. But this is Fishing Kawamborons. My thoughts on various video games. Hopefully I mentioned something about God, because God's good. Heard from my brother and my dad, which I'm happy about, because we don't talk like super often, but we do talk every once in a while, which is good. It's nice to hear from family. I'm not sure how much money this has made me so far. Apparently I've got 357. No, I've got 272 of them. See, that math doesn't seem right either, because look, it's saying 356. So what's 356 divided by 2? Because I'm almost at, what, about 30 minutes of doing it. So, excuse me. So what, 274 times 2 would be 548. Yet, RuneLight's saying 357. That's what I'm saying, you gotta check your math, because these aren't right. Well, I mean, it's 3 minutes off. Okay, maybe it was right. I don't know. I'm just saying check your math. Yeah, I think my vaporizer working. I wonder if I can use his. Mine's, I think the coil's messed up or something. Well, that's an hour. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. In the future, I am considering recording me playing other games, such as Poe, which is Path of Exile, Hearthstone, if I can try to limit the amount that I cuss at it. Maybe some Pokemon. I tried recording that one earlier. Okay, I'm going now, but thanks for watching the video.